The following is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions stated in High from Space do not in any way reflect its parent company, the Milky Way Public Radio Broadcast System.
I have kept my mouth shut on purpose.
All right, okay.
I have legitimately kept my mouth shut on purpose. Get the fuck away from me.
Is that a bug?
Yeah. Did you see it?
No, I saw you go.
Get the fuck. I don't know. It's big.
What is it? Put your window up. Drive away.
Burn the car. Get it.
Fucking run. But yeah, now I'm not only the sole security guard of the abandoned house next to me, but now I have Domingo's phone number.
Domingo.
Domingo.
I like that.
Domingo.
Nice. Whoa, dude.
Well, I was like,
Domingo immediately sounds kind of hot.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
No, he's either hot or he's got a gut like you wouldn't believe.
No, he didn't have
I
a
bet
gut,
I can believe it.
No.
I can only imagine he fucks like a Portuguese god.
Do you want me to send him over, get you in a better mood? He can What is
he doesn't half-ass anything.
What would a Portuguese god be? Like a big fucking rooster?
He'd have like a fucking 12-inch chorizo dick. He's got a big old chorizo dick on him.
Does he come in and he feeds you like malasavish beforehand to make sure you're not hungry?
He comes in and yeah, you get a malasavish.
Yeah, and as like a little treat, you get a cajada afterwards.
Yeah, and he makes the bed perfectly.
Oh yeah, fucking military corners. Takes your clothes off, but folds them or hangs them up afterwards. Let me just get that off you, baby. Oh, wait. Let me just... That's just a yeast infection waiting to happen.
Somebody's cold.
Somebody's gonna fall.
Somebody is wet and somebody is cold.
My house is huge.
Also, some birds, dick in or dick out? You guys ask that when you go to the doctors?
What?
Dick in or dick out? If
they just always reach it. They always just reach in my pants right over my belt.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, do they go right in the flap, or do they? Could you?
No, dude. They make you put a Johnny on. Although, you know what?
They just walk in the room and they reach in my pants and they grab my dick and then they turn around and leave. And then another doctor comes in a few minutes later.
Which is, do they doctors say dick?
No.
Yeah, they're always like, all right, let's see the dick.
Okay, I was wondering.
Drop your drawers. I'm going to grab your balls. No, they use science terms.
I don't know science terms.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been to the doctor in a long time.
Yeah, no shit. Jay's like a doctor. Is that French? What is that? Dude, the last time I went to, like, when I had a doctor before the doctor I have now, I went in for a physical. And let me tell you, this physical lasted for like an hour. Like every nook and cranny he could find, he went to. And then he's like, all right, do you want me to do a breast exam? And I was like, no, that's okay. I had one like last week at the gynecologist. He's like, I think I'm going to do one anyways. And I was like,
I think I'm going to get a new doctor. I feel like.
And I was just like there, and I was like, oh, okay. And he did it. Like I fucking just let him. I didn't know. He's got the coat on. So obviously, if you dress like a doctor, I will just...
I've got a feeling that I need to touch some titties right now.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I'm good. And then he called me thin-chested. Like I feel like he was bummed out at the end of it. He was like, all right, so you're thin-chested. And I was like, well, dude, I didn't even want you to touch him anyways. So like, thanks.
Fantastic.
It was so fucking offended.
Yeah, that's rough. Like I've never gone to the doctor and they're like, oh, not really much downstairs there, huh?
Yeah, no, he meant my breastbone, but thank you.
Could you imagine?
What the fuck? Thanks, dude.
It was so weird because I was like, I didn't even.
Like, wait a minute, it's weird? No, it's totally normal. A lot of people have micro penises. It's fine.
You're the third one today. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, you're
His
good.
patients have the highest suicide rate.
Yeah.
Dude,
What is it?
speaking
Like,
of,
the doctor makes me cry.
Speaking of, this doctor ended up canceling all his patients because he killed himself.
This doctor that you had?
Yeah, the one that felt me up. Like
Your doctor from 2 weeks ago that felt you up killed himself?
No.
Nice one.
This was a couple years ago, and I had a gynecological exam 2 weeks before that, which I told him about my boobs. But he ended
Do
up.
they call them boobs at the gynecological exam?
Yeah.
You mind if I grab your
Scientific-
boobs?
He's like, all right, I'm gonna feel up your tits, and I was like, okay.
I'm gonna feel up your tits. We're gonna look at your pussy down here.
Come on now.
So weird coming out of your mouth, Frank.
Terrible. I hate that. I hate that one.
can't
You know
even
how much I
believe
had to
you
make
used
myself say that? That's terrible.
Oh.
No, it wasn't right after he did
terrible.
it, Corey.
That's a rough one.
Yeah,
I feel like that doctor might have been molesting people.
Right?
Yeah,
He
I think
might
so.
have been.
yeah. He killed himself because you're thin-chested.
Yeah, I think he was like, that wasn't even worth it. That's not worth a malpractice suit, and then killed himself.
Yeah, that's not worth prison time.
That's a little hat.
It is a little
Are you
bad.
feeling?
Your ass cheeks. All right, stand up on the end of this thing and pull your pants down.
I have a lot of dick knowledge, but I don't have a lot of like scientific dick knowledge, if you will. Why do you? What's the balls have to do with the hernia?
The dick bone's connected to the hernia bone.
Like a marionette?
Yeah, they move
Sort
a
of.
little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so we should probably start talking about the topics.
There was any yeah, we don't know what kind of aliens yet. Or did we know the ship? The ship
Does
is
it
like
have to be aliens?
Yeah.
Imagine Jay driving away from his house with Carol, the kids,
No gas in the car.
32 animals, no gas in the car,
And a luggage full of Oreos. And trash trophies.
and his Lady Gaga Pride Oreos.
Yes.
Because that's what he's gonna have to trade in the desert.
Would you take any luxury items with you, or would you leave every luxury behind? Like a guitar, like an acoustic guitar. Yeah.
Jay thinks he's going to trade songs for food down the line.
No, I'm just saying, like, you're not going to have. I'm assuming.
My
Okay,
kids are starving. Can I play you a ditty?
so. Does the media. Motherfucker. Does the
My
media
kids
go
haven't
down?
eaten in a
Like,
week. Do you want to hear heaven?
when does communication end? Have we lost communication?
Yeah.
Are we going by like, is this going to be like a War of the Worlds situation with the Tom Cruise? Or is this going to be like that Mars Attacks movie?
Let's make it our situation, like ideally. Like, let's take
But like,
elements.
which type of alien attack is it?
You know
Is it
what?
the
Let's
fun
do the
kind?
let's get the title. Let's get this started. Hello, life forms, and welcome back to High from Space, the show where we learn something new about this planet Earth. I'm here, your host, F. Roy, with my co-hosts, The Cause, Jay, and our producer, Jess. How's everybody doing this week?
Oh, dude.
Not a good one?
It's not a good one.
No, that's too bad. Made a little trip down. They had a, whatchamacallit, the new exhibit. Actually, it's not new. It was just about to close, having to do with graffiti artists.
Nice one.
I took some pictures. You can, well, here's a couple of my pictures.
Oh, beautiful, Frank. Beautiful, gorgeous.
I
I
dig it.
forget the names of everybody that did it, but it closes on Sunday, and this isn't going to be out by then. So
It's
you'll
truly
never
an
see it.
amazing art form to be able to use a spray can. I know they have like special nozzles, but like when I look at those, I'm just like in awe. Like, how the hell? Like, I can't do that on paper. Like, how do you do
Oh
it
yeah,
on
and
a
then
wall?
some of it's just very abstract. It's interesting, and then it just showed the whole history and trains, whole trains. Anyway, that was I don't know if that was my whole week. That was today. What'd you do this? How's your week, Jess? Since we last spoke.
So, weird story. As you know, I was at what I am loosely going to call a music festival, dispersing cookies to the masses. And somebody came over to the table and they were like dumping their pockets out on the table. Starts walking away. I looked out and I'm like, the fuck? They're leaving trash on the table? And I pick up a baggie, like a Ziploc baggie. And it's all like, it looks like just like broken up paper or what. And I'm like, what is this? Just a bunch of like broken joints or something? No, it's a bag of psychedelic mushrooms somebody left on my
nice.
cookie table.
Whoa.
Just placed on the table. Just leave it there.
Hmm.
And it was like 5 minutes later, this person comes back. He's like, oh, did I leave my mushrooms on your table? Like, no big deal. Here you go, buddy. Thanks.
That seems like the attitude of someone who lost their mushrooms.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my week.
Did you?
yeah.
I would
I
have.
like mushroom people. They're all right.
I was gonna throw it away because I thought it was trash. Mushroom pad.
Yeah.
This was not
Some
mushroom
animals
pad,
hunt that way.
unfortunately. That would have been awesome if it was mushroom
Amateur
pad.
mycologist.
Could have saw mushroom pad if you took
nerd.
some.
I thought it was a bunch of just paper shit.
Paper shits.
Paper
The
shit.
paper shits.
If it was a
That is
bag
my
of
bag of heroin over here.
yeah, if it was a bag of Kokana, I would have totally been fine with that.
Well,
When you need to stay awake.
What'd you
yes.
do, Jay? Not like anybody cares, but how was your week?
Yeah.
Me?
Ugh,
Yeah.
he's gonna talk again, isn't he?
Jay has Oreo.
Oh, I got a tattoo kit. My wife ordered me a cat tattoo
Oh,
kit. Got it shipped up to the
that's
shop.
nice.
I don't know
Yeah.
what kind of bad idea that was.
My legs are black, but I know how to
Hey, you
tattoo
know.
now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to get a post-apocalyptic tattoo. That's what I want to get.
I'm going to get a pre-apocalyptic tattoo.
The apocalyptic tattoo.
Let's have a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll get into the topic right away. This week's episode is brought to you by Open Trunks Fireworks. Go blow your fingers off, kids. And the Schwarzermeyer Sausage Company. You're going to love our wieners.
Yeah.
and I do.
I grew up.
And I
They're
do.
delicious. The Schwarzmeyer, and it's not just because Jess is here.
No.
Before we knew her, we were all fans. I mean,
And she knows her wieners, let me tell you.
She does.
Some of my earliest memories involve those wieners.
She's known as the wiener queen of Brockton.
Yeah.
yes, the old.
I once saw her take down 3 wieners at once. Yeah.
So this week,
Well,
we're talking about when is it go time? Alien Apocalypse Edition.
so let me drop some rules. Aliens have just entered our atmosphere. They have let off an EMP that is going
No,
to.
they're already in the atmosphere. You're
They're
saying.
in the atmosphere. They're in
Okay.
our upper atmosphere
How did you know this? Do you see it on TV?
because we have scientists telling us that they're
Okay.
coming in.
You
We
hear it.
know they hear. We know they're in the upper atmosphere.
Okay.
They light an EMP.
Mhm.
They wipe out all communication, all television.
Obviously, shortwave radio is not gone because
Yeah, for me, we're already
can't-
deep in the story. I'm gone already at this point.
Yeah.
You're gone?
On TV.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's how you find out. How are you going to find out sooner?
I would
I'm
be
laying some
gone.
rules down.
Well, NASA,
I would be gone when they were like, we just saw, and they have a picture like this
A
fucking
fleet.
spaceship
Yeah.
by Mars. Like, it will be here, and we estimate 10 days. I would be like, all right, let's pack up. It's time to get moving.
It's go time. It is go
It's
time.
go time.
That is to me go time. That's head for the hills because you got to
See,
get ahead of the
here's-
people just to get the fuck away. I'm not worried about the aliens as much as I am psychotic people burning my
don't
house
think-
down and murdering me.
Where
Yeah.
are you guys going to go? Oh, I got to play.
To the woods.
Where are you guys going to go that there's not going to be people? This is what I don't understand.
47% of the United States is completely uninhabited. There is a massive amount of wilderness in the United States.
There
Where
is.
everybody is going to go to when the
Everybody
shit
is
hits the fan.
not going to go to.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
not.
Right.
See?
So obviously so the parameters I see it as, that's for maybe for you, Corey, go time is when they're on Earth. For me, it's
That seems so late.
Oh,
when-
they haven't touched down yet. They're not
Right.
coming down yet, but they are there.
Yeah,
we know-
That's go time for me.
Do we know what they look like or what they're capable of?
No.
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 We know
Because,
their ship is there, and
that
they've
was
blown
my-
our
that was my next point.
communication.
I don't poop at work.
Hmm.
I have to go get a paper towel because my water is dripping everywhere. You sound like an engineer at a party, Frank.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know,
That's a
dude.
real bummer.
You like that story, kids?
You say it's go time with the first image of a spaceship out there.
Where it's like super clear. Like I've seen, obviously, I've seen many pictures.
Oh, I know.
I mean, obviously,
I know.
we know. We've seen them, but none of them care about it invading Earth. But for Earthlings, if you were on Earth,
Yeah, man, I'm saying like they got to hit the upper atmosphere so I can judge how far they are from me. And then I think I'm going to head to the woods as well, but I'm also going to head into the woods, but not far from where I could maybe get back to get some supplies.
Right.
As I sit right now, if they even showed them, like you're saying, a clear image far, far away out in space,
yeah, and
and
scientists,
which gives me a year to prepare for this. They're a year away from hitting Earth. I still don't think I'd be prepared in time, and I think I would just probably be like, all right, I think I'm just going to sit right here and
That is an interesting point that you bring up, though, because when the shit hits the fan, it's already too late.
You also have to assume that you all can live in the wilderness. And no offense,
I know I could live in the wilderness.
Yeah.
I feel like
See, that's the thing.
Living in the wilderness for us now as comfortable, older people is a little different than watching Bear Grylls drink his own piss on TV.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like I could probably get out into the woods and set up a tent. Like I'm not saying I'm gonna be able to make what's it called? What's the word?
Like a shelter or a shelter.
A shelter. I'm not gonna be able to make a shelter.
Yeah, like
from shrubbery.
You're telling me that you three are going to be able to lay out on a rock in the woods and not worry about every noise. You have.
I totally can. I've done wilderness survival. I've slept out.
But that's different. Wilderness survival is different than living in the woods because aliens.
Right, but I know that I can do it. I would be creeped out. But if the other option is to deal with riots and like people getting destroyed, dude.
I don't think you could bring a Tempur-Pedic mattress with you. I don't know how comfortable you all would be. Like.
Dude, no. I can sleep. I can still sleep anywhere. That is still my superpower.
Yeah.
Granted, now you can, but I don't think in the middle of a shit hits the fan situation.
If I'm out in the woods away from everything, like, yeah, you still the biggest concern is people.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I don't mean.
But I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna live.
Let's get to this week's human. This week's human is a musician and author of the short story collection I Love You, I'm Leaving, and most recently, the essay collection, Goodbye, My Tribe, and Evangelical Exodus. His fiction and nonfiction appear in Story Quarterly, North American Review, Southern Humanities Review, Story South, Blue Mesa Review, and many other journals.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit. His fiction has won the New Millennium Writings Award and has been nominated the Best American Non-Required Reading, Best of the Net, and several pushcart prizes. Please welcome Vic Sizemore.
What's going on, man?
Hi from space.
What's happening, Vic? Hi from
Flying
space.
high, I see. Hello from my basement.
Very nice.
Nice.
Thanks for being here. It's really great to meet you. So you have a new book, Goodbye, My Tribe, and Evangelical Exodus. So why don't you tell the galaxy what it's about?
Well, it is about two things. It is about, first of all, my having been raised in a really strict conservative fundamentalist Baptist home and finding my way out of that. And then it is also about the movement of these evangelical churches who are all, loosely affiliated, but they weren't in any kind of convention or anything, movement of them into, the juggernaut that became the religious right. And we see what's happening there.
And you grew up in West Virginia. How was that?
Certain parts of it were fine. I grew up beside a river and I loved the river, and I rafted and swam and did all kinds of cool stuff on the river. It was a very poor town. It was working poor, and it was pretty rough. So, and I was kind of I wasn't a hunter. I wasn't a fisherman. I wasn't, I wasn't a rough guy myself. So it was interesting. It wasn't easy.
So you also mentioned river stink. What does river stink smell like for those who haven't had the wonderful experience of smelling river stink?
Well, if the river stink where I was is it's the smell of clayey mud and with just a tinge of sewer.
A little.
Sometimes some a rotting fish. But
Oh, nice.
Why don't we bring Vic up to speed on our conversation about the alien invasion? Then we'll get back to talking about.
Oh yeah, good point.
The book.
Yeah, so we were discussing. We're just trying to figure out this topic of when is it go time? Alien Apocalypse Edition of basically if aliens were coming to invade Earth, when would it be time to bug out, or should you bug out? I guess is the plan.
Wow. By bug out, you mean kill yourself?
No.
Okay.
Because my main concern is people, not the aliens so
if
much.
that's somebody's plan, that's somebody's plan. But
Sure.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not here to judge.
yeah,
It's a wacky plan.
So where would you bug to?
My plan is to go to the woods, just to be away from people, like to be away from huge groups of people.
Gotcha.
Because,
Gotcha.
There's in cities and stuff, and just minor incidents, people freak out.
So would you hike 1 or 8 miles into the forest, do you think?
or would you settle on a 4?
Yeah, or 4.
Here's my issue with you guys wanting to just up and go, though. Like, once you get your stuff and you get in your car and you leave and you go to the woods and you become woodsman or whatever you're going to do with yourself.
The Unabomber.
Yes, exactly. That's what.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we go hit the
You
Kaczynski shack and
technically-
hang out.
I'm gonna build a Kaczynski hut. I'm all good.
You technically, like, that's it. You're a refugee now. You're gone. You're in the woods.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everyone's a
The hard
refugee.
part is
But what makes you
ruining
think
your
you're going to be able to go back to your house and just be like, yeah, I'm back home now. Alien
life. I
invasion.
mean, that's what makes it so difficult. This isn't at a whim that I'm saying to bug it out.
I just can't get over you guys would
Because
leave
you're
this
basically
empty
ruining your
sanctuary.
life.
Okay.
If you are
Yeah.
wrong, you have ruined your life.
Yes, just stay home. You have a compound.
So we
Get
know
all your stuff.
we know 2 things about this scenario. They're in Earth's atmosphere and recently have put off an EMP bomb, which has taken out all our communications.
Which also will disable vehicles.
We haven't seen them or know what they're capable of.
Yes.
Pre-1985 vehicles
Yes,
will be
one out of
disabled.
every- One out of every 50 cars will
I'm
be
sorry,
disabled by an EMP.
post-1985.
I've done my research. You guys know I
Right. So
look
we're
into
going
this.
with what's that TV show Revolution?
Well, so I guess then we know that their intentions are not friendly.
Exactly. If they're going to set off an EMP, it's not a hello.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Disable.
maybe they're just disabling, because it's harmful to their
Right.
hearing. They've got
Yeah,
very
but-
sensitive hearing.
We've become so
Or maybe it's accidental. Their landing.
They didn't
did.
know. They
Maybe
went
they're
to
just trying to
drop
get
to
us off our
flush the
phone. So we
toilet
pay attention.
and
Yeah.
they hit the EMP button instead. That wasn't the shitter. That was the EMP button. My mistake. I don't know. You
So
guys.
I have
you
a
guys,
list of things I should do that in reality I will not be able to do.
No,
But
like,
I have plans. But I have lots of plans for things.
but Jay had mentioned, like, possibly you're going to go to, like, your closest space Walmart and grab a gun. Have you even fired one
No.
before?
Well, yeah, if you have it, like I was saying earlier, if you haven't already, you don't have an arsenal, you don't have water, you don't have supplies already, you're pretty much probably fucked already because
Like, you can't just pick up a gun and start shooting. Like,
No. Get a slingshot, dude.
You can.
you
You
can, but
can.
you
You
might.
can just pick up a gun and start
Okay,
shooting.
granted, but
Yeah,
you're
actually,
not
they're
the
not really
best
that
at it.
I'll get
the
the
I feel
gun by
like Jay's gonna
4:30.
get.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not a good thing, but they're not all that complicated to figure out.
Man, they're super simple. I've held guns and shot them. It's
have
incredible.
too.
No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I'm saying, like, we can't all of a sudden act like we're
Oh, see,
action.
I will
agree.
I will get a gun, but I'm not going to be running around I'm not going to be Daryl from The Walking Dead. I'm not going to be Rick.
A lot of people are going to use this as an excuse to be Daryl from The Walking Dead, and you
Oh,
guys,
yeah,
absolutely.
you guys are going to run into these people. in
I'm
the
not going to
woods.
be a hero.
I am. I'm staying home.
so staying home makes you a hero.
Staying home keeps me alive because I have everything I need here, and I know the sounds, and I know
You've stockpiled supplies.
I have my whole house is full. I've already had
Okay.
a bug out bag and a bug in bag. My car is post 85. I'm set. I have a garden. I know every egress and egress or whatever the words are for my house.
But what happens when like 12 people show up with guns or the aliens for that matter?
How are they going to?
Or the aliens.
They're going to go
Right.
for the people running in the street with their pre 85 cars like you guys first.
You need to know how to ride a horse. If you know how to ride a horse,
What?
Dude,
they'll affect horses.
dude, I
Where are you going to get a horse?
Yeah, where's this horse coming from?
I don't know. I'd have an easier time getting a dirt bike than getting on a horse.
Then you have to find gas.
Yeah,
periodically.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
would rather
and it
get
only
an
stays good for
elephant.
so long.
I've been meaning to address my fear of horses. I might need to ride a horse because cars don't work. If you know how to ride a horse, you have an advantage, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I feel like that's why I'm staying home because I'm petrified of horses and I don't know how to ride a bike.
All right, Vic, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, do you think that if you can ride a horse, you could also ride like a tiger. Do the skills transfer?
It depends. Is the tiger sedated?
Are you talking a wild tiger?
I'm not going to try
I
to
don't
ride
know.
one. if
Prince
it's not.
Adam has a pretty good time when he turns into He-Man and shit.
Yeah,
so
true, He-Man does
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I mean, did
there is
Siegfried
a-
and Roy, did they ever ride their tigers?
oh no.
To the
Oh,
death.
yes.
Yeah, both.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Do horseback riding knowledge transfer to tigerback riding?
it might, because their gait is when they're running, their gait is at least rhythmic. You know, I've ridden camels, and camels don't run in a rhythmic way. Like their feet are just like, and you're just bouncing all over the place, and you can't get into the rhythm. So maybe, yeah, you could.
Can you ride a horse? Do you ride horses?
Do I ride horse? I have. I don't. Yeah, I mean, and if a horse is going, you can get in a rhythm with a horse, and you can just flow with the horse. You can't with a camel. I think you could with a tiger.
Cause, are you gonna get a tiger so you seem more badass in the apocalypse?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, because if you rode in on a tiger, you can have anything in my house.
I mean, you could go to a zoo, Corey, but I mean, you got to tame that thing. You're not just gonna throw a saddle on it and ride off into the sunset. Yeah,
Probably be easier to ride a wild boar.
Like,
Well, once they start
go
running,
to-
they don't stop running. They're not going to turn around and claw you.
or you
Yeah.
can eat a wild tiger out, like you.
Whatever it wants.
Oh God.
My steed that is a tiger eats whatever it wants. It beds down whatever it wants.
So Cause is gone within the first 2 weeks of the alien
Yeah,
apocalypse.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Attack.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
My answer is like, what do I do when the aliens? When it's go time? The Cause pisses his pants and cries and has a snot bubble in his nose.
Awesome. Those are the two options: prostitution or ride a tiger.
All right, so let's take this back. It's a year before they're going to get here. Satellite imagery shows that there's a trajectory with Earth with this huge alien spaceship. You know,
Just
massive.
one though.
Better?
Sure. How about one?
The size of Texas.
How about one that lands like everywhere? Because if they just land in one spot, like if they go to Greenland,
So you're
I
thinking
think
more
we're pretty good.
Independence Day invasion.
What about one that is so large it can swallow the earth?
There
It
we
can
go.
just
Well,
descend and
that would
close
be-
around
See?
the earth.
See,
Yeah.
now
That
it
would
just there's no way to even bug out to
Yeah,
at that point.
in that case, I'm not even leaving.
No.
Yeah.
Where would you go?
Right, and be like, this seems like it's.
Oh,
gonna
I know exactly where I'd go if that was the case. I'd go right to the weed store. I would definitely do cocaine for the first
Oh
time.
my God. I take back my
Why not?
or whatever I gave you.
I guess in last case scenario.
Yeah, no.
And I would feed my tiger cocaine.
Ooh,
That's. I don't think you want
I
to
don't
do
think
that.
that's a good idea.
No.
I feel like that's
Hey
the
man,
worst idea
the
ever.
world's about to be eaten by Unicron.
Tiger
I'll eat
kinda
grana
sounds
wheat
like a
ninny
Popeye.
bun is not gonna work.
So Vic, would you bug out or would you hunker down with this knowledge?
I mean, it really depends. If it's just me, I would bug out. But if I still have family members to
Right,
think
that's
about,
when it gets hard.
Yeah.
I'd hunker down.
Your pets. Do you take your animals with you, or
Well, yeah, because you might need to eat them.
that hurts my heart?
Well,
Yeah, completely. Sarah thought I was a monster when I was like, "Hey, man, I'll eat them," and I looked at her and I was like, "I'll eat you." I want to stay alive.
Frank's gonna
Yeah.
eat his dead wife, and Cause is gonna do lines of coke.
Yeah, actually, the more I think about it, this EMP thing is pretty fantastic. Being a musician becomes way more valuable again.
Maybe a bard.
Yeah.
Maybe if I could.
You guys want to make some D&D characters?
Why do you want to make
Every
Always.
fucking time.
Every-
Every time with the
Every-
goddamn D&D.
I didn't bring it up.
Jesus wept.
If I could become like, if the world was ending and I could become like Carol from The Walking Dead and bake cookies and shoot little girls in the head, I'm all about that. I honestly don't. And no offense to present company, besides Vic, I'm sorry, I don't know your survival techniques, but I know everybody else's because I think I've been in the woods with you guys before.
That sounds way sexier than you meant it.
I just can't picture in my head you guys living in the woods. But why when you can just stay home? That's what I don't get. You can just stay home and be in your house surrounded by your stuff and comfortable and stable. Why would you take the chance to roll the dice, if you will, Jay, and go to the woods and put yourself in danger?
Say something. Because what's in my house for comfort? I have no electricity.
You have your life. You have walls. You have
there are walls all over the place. Yeah. But once everything shuts down, there's no longer pumps in the cities to move the water. There's your toilet just fills with
potty sauce.
And now you're dumping buckets of poop out the window.
It would be easier if you were in a place where there weren't a lot of people.
Yeah.
But everybody's going to be running.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's going to try and find a place where there's not a lot of people, and you guys are all going to bump into each other in the woods and causes tigers going to eat
cool
you.
People.
Well, it's going to be like. Have you all read or seen The Road? Cormac McCarthy's The Road?
Yes.
That's what it would be like.
Right.
Incredible.
Yeah. I don't want that for myself. I'm not that type of person. What happens if you need a bottle of Tylenol in the woods? What, are you going to come to my house and try and get it out of my cabinet because I stayed home?
Exactly. That's the problem. There's going to be all those people knocking down all those doors.
But you're not even going to make it to my door because you got a headache in the woods and you can't get out of the woods because you can't.
I won't have a headache. I am going to be jacked up on Kokana, riding around on my Tiger, and I cannot stop thinking about Cocaine Tiger. Like, it might be the greatest band name I've ever thought of.
It's a pretty good one, then.
Yeah, Ride the Cocaine Tiger. There's your first song.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Cocaine Tiger is...
It's awesome. Vic, would you call yourself a bard? I think you've got some good stories, and I've enjoyed reading them in I Love You, I'm Leaving, and in Goodbye, My Tribe. So.
Yeah, and in the cover on that I Love You, I'm Leaving, isn't that cool?
The second book is just trash, but the first book, I mean, beautiful.
That is a fucking great cover.
Is there any apocalypse that would make you stay home?
Aliens would probably get in.
Aliens would get
aliens will totally get in.
I don't know. Would they know what a doorknob is?
Well, they're gonna figure it out. Like their technology is
they can
clearly
build giant spaceships. They're gonna figure out a door.
Right.
They are only getting in.
How do we get in the fucking house?
if they have opposable thumbs.
We're leaving.
Yeah. Well, if they don't have opposable thumbs, then they won't get in.
If they don't have opposable thumbs, they're fucked.
Oh, that would be the best flaw.
That would be the greatest.
They only have flippers. They can't open.
Causes in the woods riding a tiger away from aliens that don't have hands, and I'm in my house just watching TV.
All right, let's see a hand. Let's see hands. Who's hunkering down?
Just me.
You. That's it.
Yeah.
That all depends.
I'm bugging out because I would not want to. I'm claustrophobic, and I don't want to be hiding in a hole and have something get me. I'd rather be running through the woods, and if I get got, that's how I'd want it to happen.
Yeah, at least you took a shot. Yep.
Ugh, I don't want to see snot bubble OnlyFans. That's disgusting. Huh? I'm sorry?
Are you happy that there's no winners and losers this week?
No, I mean,
she already declares herself the winner.
I always think I'm the winner in this
situation. You didn't lose. You know what I mean?
No, there is no winners and losers, and I really hope that the next week's discussion has a winner and loser because, again, why do I do all this research if there's no winners and losers?
So there is a loser every week, and he goes by the name of Jay.
Oh, thanks.
We can all agree on.
Thanks, cool. Thanks, the cause. Thanks.
That's
so I'm glad that we cleared that up. So, we'll get back to with Vic.
Were we all? You had to have been in a youth group, Vic.
Me?
Yeah, at some point.
Oh gosh, yes.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, my dad was the freaking preacher.
Did you?
Yeah, that was my peer group. I wasn't allowed to go to the roller skating rink because they played secular music there. The youth group was, yeah.
Was there anything other than church music, secular music? I mean, non-secular music?
Not everything, but
close enough.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
The only weird thing my dad had was stuff like I couldn't wear dungarees.
What?
Really get mad about that. My dad was very old. He would be like 90.
Did you have to wear slacks? Is that why?
He wanted me to wear corduroys. He was grumpy as hell. No son of mine is going to walk around wearing goddamn dungarees.
So like you've seen a urinal, correct?
Oh my goodness, I've been in a men's room before.
Please do not eat the big white mints.
Oh, my whole life I thought they were minty tasting.
I dream of having that in my house in urinal. So I was reading that when you first started writing poetry, it was to get chicks.
Yes.
So how good was that? How was your chick? How was your ratio game with poems? How does that work? You just write a poem for them?
Yeah. You write a little poem for them about how you're really good friends.
Oh, nice.
That's yeah. It worked all right. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, it's kind of the same reason I got into being a band.
Well,
But-
yeah.
Vic, I heard that you enjoy cooking quite a bit, and Jay was saying that you're quite a cook, and I was just curious if somebody was having a party and they said for Thanksgiving we need you to bring a side. What's a side you're gonna bring for Thanksgiving?
Oh, for Thanksgiving, oyster stuffing.
Oh,
Oyster stuffing.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
I've not had that
Is
before.
it with so is that with like cornbread?
I don't use cornbread. I just use whatever bread I have and
Oh, really?
dry it. And because I'm soaking it in chicken broth anyway,
where did the oysters come in?
you put them right in the stuffing. You just mix them in the stuffing with everything else.
Wow.
You make a basic stuffing, with your sausage and your spinach and your.
Do you chop the oysters up or you just throw them in whole?
No, you just throw them in.
Oh,
That sounds
man.
And it's delicious.
Jay would love that. He loves all things from the ocean.
Remind me not to come over for Thanksgiving.
Jay, what are you gonna bring, Jay? Mashed potatoes? and oh, dude, I make a pretty good mac and cheese.
Yeah.
You don't make it from a box.
No, it's all scratch, and I take it easy on the mustard powder.
Mustard powder and mac and cheese is very polarizing.
Yeah.
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds good to me.
I
It's
would
fine.
try
I'll go
it.
either.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I know for one Thanksgiving I made deep fried stuffing balls.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
made my stuffing and then made them into balls and froze them and then deep fried those because we used a turkey fryer.
Yeah, like
And,
arancinis.
Those were amazing and horrendous all at the same time because like
Yeah.
it was a banquet kind of setting. Like it was at my house. So we didn't all sit at a table. It was just a buffet. And then everyone just kind of graze and eat. And then at some point, like I was so blasted out, I'm just like high eating these balls of stuffing like they're apples.
Oh my God.
Terrible.
Just dip
They
them
say
in-
it does sound good.
it does.
Oh,
Did you
it's so
dip them
good.
in gravy?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds
I feel
great.
like
Them
you
in
have to
gravy.
dip them in gravy.
It had a nice crust on the outside. I make my stuffing with like the sausage and then like
Mhm.
celery, onions, sometimes red peppers, and a little bit of spiciness, but not too much. I don't know. I think that year I might have done some linguiça because sometimes there's linguiça, sometimes there's not if I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I make a linguiça stuffing when I do stuffing.
My grandmother always used to make stuffing with the organs, like out of the turkey.
Oh, the
back.
giblet?
Right. The giblets.
Giblets. Yeah, that's
I
what
bet you that stuffing was good.
I grew up eating gizzards and hearts, chicken gizzards and hearts.
Mm.
Fried.
Yeah, when I make a turkey, I always pull that bag out from the inside, and then I pull the trash open and throw it right in there.
I do that now too.
Right with the neck, too. That neck goes right in the trash because
Ugh.
don't even give me the neck.
I was always weirded out by it when
Well-
we went over for Thanksgiving. 'Cause there were two stuffings, and I was like, "So which one doesn't have the liver in it?" Because I'll have it.
She didn't like hit you with a spoon and just make you eat it.
No, she made that for herself. She was the only one that ate.
Oh, she was happy that no one wanted it.
Yeah.
You have a spatchcock a turkey?
That's how I do it for Thanksgiving now. I've done it for several years.
It's supposed to. I haven't done a turkey. It's supposed to be way better.
It is way better. It cooks faster, and so
Yeah.
the
And it's way more even.
it's way more even. The breasts don't get dry.
Nobody likes dry breasts.
Vic, what is
Yeah.
your favorite book?
My favorite book.
One book, Desert Island book.
Give me a genre. It's hard. It's hard.
Let's go easy. Let's go sci-fi.
Ursula Le Guin's Left Hand of Darkness. I don't. If you haven't read Ursula Le Guin, you really need to. Her sci-fi and her fantasy, her Earthsea trilogy, which then became a cycle, which then just, how it goes, turned into a number of books, but it was a trilogy for a long time. She's really, really good. She was doing things, so Left Hand of Darkness and some of her other sci-fi. She was doing things, really interesting things with gender fluidity in the late 60s that were really revolutionary, and paved the way for some things that came later. She doesn't get a lot of, she does get credit among people who read her.
What is a real estate novelist?
Real estate?
Yeah. Mentioned in the Billy Joel song, I believe, Piano Man. Any idea what that is?
He's a real estate novelist?
What is the lyric? Oh, Jess, our producer's gone right now. I should have it up right now.
Real estate
novelist.
I'm hearing it in my head now. Real estate novelist. Never had time for a wife. Is that the?
Yeah.
He's talking to Davey, who's still in the Navy. Hell, I don't know. What is a real estate novelist? Maybe we're hearing it wrong. Like hearing the boss saying wrapped up like a douche.
Yeah. Or excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I had to tell you I don't take in my bathroom.
Well, you're fired. We needed something looked up, and you weren't here.
Oh, what was it? Is real estate novelist.
Oh, see, she was listening.
It leads me to believe that it's like, wouldn't it just be somebody that writes real estate ads?
I don't know. We'll find out when somebody gives us the answer in the future.
When I was in dancing school, I had a whole recital.
We didn't start the fire is almost as bad as we built this city on rock and roll.
Yes.
You knew where that was going.
I did too.
Vic, I'd like to really thank you for being here tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for letting me hang out. It's fun.
If you're watching this, go check out his new book, Goodbye, My Tribe, Evangelical Exodus. And thank you very much, and bye from space.
Bye from space, Vic.
Bye from space.
Bye.
Hi from Space is brought to you by the Milky Way Public Radio Broadcast System and made possible by Open Trunks Fireworks. Go blow your finger off, kid. And the Schwarzenmeyer Sausage Company. You're going to love our wieners. If you'd like to be a guest or a sponsor for our show, our contact information can be found in the comments below.